I will.
Sure. Run the meeting to stay on schedule.
All right.
Great.
We'll call the October 26th board meeting of the City IDA to order. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from August 26th. Entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Treasurer's report.
You'll see from our report through the end of September that the expenses are the way they normally are, so not a lot really to report that's new. You'll see our cash on hand is at $529,185. We also attach the activity for the year, and like I said, there hasn't been an awful lot going on. But if there are any questions, we can answer them.
Any questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Approve.
Okay, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just one note if I can, we are targeting December 16th for the closing on Elmer Avenue School. This is great for all of us that live in the city because the city doesn't have to take care of it anymore. The school district gets $450,000 for the sale of the building, which is better than poking an Irish sharp stick, as they say. You know, it's not the greatest number, but then it allows the $20 million renovation of that project, because there are a lot of construction jobs, good stuff, they can go forward. So they have all the approvals, they have everything done. Thank David for all his help on that. We should get a 0.5% fee on the.
I think 1%.
One,
Yeah, so standard.
so on $20 million.
Yeah, what did we budget, Tanya? 150,000?
Yeah,
How much?
150,000.
We'll get a nice fee out of that coming up, and they are really trying to close in December. I mean, we're really, and the city school district really want it, and the superintendent really wants it. You know, because right now they're taking care of the buildings, they're cutting the lawn and things, so hopefully give you an update, keep you posted on that.
Good news. Okay, the next item is 223 Liberty Street parking lot.
Right, we want to use some of the cash on hand to buy a parking lot on Liberty Street. You'll see from the memo and the photo, it's that's the Burger King at the corner. So if you go down a little bit down the block behind the Burger King, there's a small lot that Trustco owns, and then the much larger lot is owned by Tony Civitella, his Civco Realty Corporation. Metroplex used the lot, or leased the lot actually, several years ago, and then COVID hit. There hasn't really been any need or use for the lot, but with all the development that's taking place, particularly at State in Erie with the Cass Hill development of the Wedgeway building, which closed a few weeks ago, and they're starting some of the preliminary work, but it'll really get going in a robust way early next year, be completed by the end of the year with 70 apartments and ground floor retail. There's going to be a need for more parking. So we sort of see this as an interim step. Let's buy the parking lot. We have had discussions with the owners of the Wedgeway about a lease, a sale. That's still kind of a work in progress. But today's action is really two parts. First is the seeker resolution, that there's no significant impact on the environment, and then the second resolution is to authorize the purchase of the property. There are about 60 spaces in the lot. We have an appraisal of $450,000. The purchase price is $400,000. So we would hope that over time, the IDA will be able to recoup this investment.
It's all about Lower State. Our strategy, as you all know, is to fix the Proctor's block, fix Erie, from GE to Alco, which we did, the Big End Plaza. Lower State is the third piece of the puzzle. Lots of good activity down there. Wedgeway, we got rid of this terrible owner. We are moving ahead, reclaiming the Nicklaus spot. Everything is about Lower State. We still have a lot of work to do there. We need parking. We have so many parking lots in this section of downtown. We really have no parking assets. And especially at the beginning of Lower State Street there, we have more now down near the Armory, thanks to some investments the county's made, but we really need to continue to support development on Lower State with more parking.
Any questions? All right, I would entertain a motion to approve resolution 638-22, the seeker.
So moved.
Okay, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
And then also a motion for resolution 639-22 to purchase the property and take related actions.
So make the motion.
Okay,
Second.
second, Tracy, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
I think that's really good news.
yeah,
We were walking down there the other day and the retail won't grow unless that they have people have a place to go.
Yeah.
So I think it's great.
okay, budget resolution.
So we're required to have a budget put together and submitted to the authority's budget office by November 1st. So our timing is perfect for the budget. Tonya is going to explain this year's budget or next year's budget.
Good morning. So we did, Ray just mentioned, I'll come up here so I don't have to. Ray just mentioned the Elmer Ave, which is the $150,000 that we have budgeted in here because we weren't sure if it was gonna close before year end or after year end. But we also have next year the DePaul crane that is going in for funding. So whether Elmer Ave closes this year or not, we have DePaul crane that's coming up next year. So we feel comfortable with that $150,000 that's gonna come through as a fee through one of those two projects. Okay. Other than that, we have our standard expenses that are in here. We have our repairs and maintenance, which is the lawn mowing and the upkeep at the Technology Way, Duane Avenue, and the Schenectady Community College grassy area. And then just our the management fees that goes along with the administrative fees, the insurance, legal, and audit.
Questions?
Yeah, what's the change in the STS sale?
That just goes away. This
Okay.
it ended in 2022.
That was a 10-year program where they were paying for the purchase of the property on Peak Street. And so the 10-year has now lapsed, so no more income for us.
Any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the budget resolution 640-22.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
High Bridge Electric City Apartment Project.
So this seems to be kind of a recurring theme this year is the permanent financing for the Electric City Apartments on Lower State Street. I think it was at the prior meeting, authorized interim and permanent financing. It's leading to some HUD financing, which always takes a long time. We are hoping that that'll be put together before the end of the year. We know that when dealing with HUD and sometimes with the SBA, there tend to be issues with the way we like to structure our pilots, where we have a pilot which is secured by a pilot mortgage, which is superior to bank lenders. Local banks all are familiar with it. So it acts as like a tax lien if somebody were not to pay their pilot payments. So you default on the mortgage, gets everybody's attention. That's why we don't have any problems with pilot payments. But in any event, in anticipation of what HUD may say, what's been proposed by Highbridge Prime is to post a letter of credit for 110% of the annual amount of the pilot payment, which is a guarantee. Obviously, it's a guarantee of payment each year. It's a little unusual, but we said that we could probably go along with it. But it requires us to go back out to the city, the county, and the school district, notify them of the change, our standard pilot deviation process here. So the resolution just starts the process for Connie's office to send a letter to the taxing jurisdictions, explain what we're trying to do here, and then come back. We'll probably come back whenever HUD is ready to go. So hopefully before the end of the year. So just another step in the process here for them to get their final permanent mortgage for that facility. Connie, anything to add to all that?
No, that's exactly it. You know, it is a little unusual, but HUD, carries the big stick, and they will not go forward with the transaction unless the pilot mortgages taken off the books.
Any questions?
Yeah, so this resolution is just authorizing the notice, it's not
That's right.
anything.
That's right. So it means we have to set the date of a meeting when we consider approving the pilot. So we've got to sort of figure out if we can get it. I'd prefer if we didn't have to meet multiple times on this, but we'll sort of figure out what we think the next meeting should be, whether it's sooner or later, and then be able to move ahead with the process. It's what, a 30-day process, Connie?
No, it's only a 20-day process.
20-day process for pilot deviation.
I will entertain a motion to approve resolution 641-22 to amend the pilot agreement.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any other business?
Just they mentioned before, we had a meeting this week, we're really all out to get this Crane Street project done. It's a $24 million project. Taking old city-owned lots that were, vacant, so Metroplex lots, one privately owned lot, and building, a tremendous project up there, game-changing project for Crane Street. David has got tons of hours in this. It's supported by the community. We're working with DePaul, a developer out of Rochester, a very high-quality group. They did Joe Allen Apartments, and we just got to get that done this year. The housing tax credits that they're applying for are very competitive. We've done very well, but we're really making a strong push. We got Elmer funded this year, which was huge. Yates Village is basically done, and the financing is all in place, which is a $120 million project, believe it or not, all in. We really got to, the mayor of the county, I'm going to meet with the county today, really do everything we can to push this project forward on Crane. So it's just pivotal for us. So we'll keep you posted on that because the IDA could be for us and good for the community.
Okay, any other business? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Thanks for coming in.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, everyone.
I have a question, are we gonna keep the meetings at 9 or 8:30? Because I'm just
Well,
trying to decide.
Last meeting, we